Hi guys, so we're doing Excel question number 4 now. So as you can see over here, this is for a equals to -1. So this is the graph for when a equals to -1, b equals to 1, and c equals to 1. We can see this is how the graph looks like. And it's an N shape because a is equals to -1. Therefore, it is a negative graph. So that's how a affects the graph. But how does b and c affect the graph? As you can see over here, this is the graph. And when we change c but don't change b, we can see that actually this part, the maximum point, raises by 10, which is the input that we put in. So we can see how C actually affects the graph. In this case, the height of it. Now let's change C back to 1. And then we'll change B to 10. So we'll be changing B but not C. Over here, we can see that actually this part, which used to be below this graph, has raised up. And then this part has gone down even more. So we can determine that anything before x equals to 6 over here will decrease in value. And anything after x equals to 6 will increase in value. Hi guys, we'll be doing a equals to 1, b equals to 1, and c equals to 1 now. So this is how the graph looks like for a equals to 1, b equals to 1, and c equals to 1. Over here, the graph is a U shape because a is positive 1. That is why it results in a U shape. But how does b and c affect the shape of this graph compared to the other one? Let's see. So right now, when we change c and don't change b, we can see that the graph actually raises by 10 over here. The minimum point raises by 10. So this tells us that c affects the height of the graph, and it raises 10 units above the orange color graph. Now let's change C back to what? Let's change C back to 1, and we'll change B to 10. Okay, so as you can see over here, the height of the graph remains the same. However, this part has decreased, which was originally above, and this part has been raised a bit. So we can determine that anything before x equals to 6 for this point over here will decrease, and anything after x equals to 6 will increase. Hi guys, moving on to question 5, we can see over here that a equals to -1, b equals to 1, and c equals to 1, and this is the discriminant. So let's increase c without changing b. We can see that the discriminant increases, and when we change b without changing c, we can see that the discriminant also increases. This is how b and c affect the discriminant when a equals to -1. Hi guys, so now we're doing question 5 again, sorry. But now a equals to +1. So when a equals to +1, b equals to +1, c equals to +1, we can see that this is the discriminant -3. Now let's change c without changing b. We can see that the discriminant actually decreases. So c causes a decrease in the discriminant. Let's change it back. Let's change b without changing c. When we change it to, we can actually see that the discriminant increases. So b causes an increase in the discriminant. So this is how b and c affect the discriminant for a equals to +1.